Somehow, construction turned out to be one of the few industries that survived the year of 2020. Sometimes it's the type that's nearly impossible to avoid while driving, and in others, it may be an enormous project that, for the most part, manages to avoid being a public spectacle. The York Street pump station in Springfield falls into that category, partly due to its somewhat off-the-radar location. The overall cost, though, may not have been so easy to overlook.
Price tag of a project like this is $120 million. So probably, without a doubt, the biggest project we've undertaken as a Water and Sewer Commission, really since everything has been built with federal money in the 70s. And this is 100% funded through our rates.
The new pump station project is only phase one in this three-tiered endeavor. And while an undertaking like this will likely keep contractors and their crews employed for a good couple of years, workers at the Springfield Water and Sewer Commission could spend their entire careers just cleaning the miles of aging pipes that run throughout the city.
There are 471 miles of sewer collection system pipes within just the city of Springfield that the Springfield Water and Sewer Commission owns and maintains. And in order to be reactive and make sure that we're staying on top of any repairs or maintenance that needs to be done, we go through the entire system. And so our trucks are out there every single day, foot by foot, going through the entire system. It takes us about 8 to 10 years to get through the whole thing, and then we start all over again.
And whatever it is that flows through those pipes will eventually find its way here. Since 1938, this small brick building on York Street in Springfield has been the centralized wastewater and sewer pumping station. And not only for Springfield, but for several of the surrounding cities and towns. This project, taking place in the adjacent lot, will be a much more advanced version when it's completed. While we were here in November, that work was taking place underground, 2 stories underground. This will eventually be home to 3 new outflow pipes that will provide flood control protection as well as system redundancy to the 2 already existing pipes. And again, this is just the first phase of this project. The next engineering task is to lay pipe beneath the railroad tracks here before eventually tunneling under the entirety of the Connecticut River to the other side where the wastewater treatment plant is. To be clear, it's the entirety of the width of the river, not the length. But still, 1,100 feet from there to here will be challenging enough. And while crews on this side of the Connecticut at Bondy's Island prepare for that eventuality, the actual dredging out and tunneling across the river is the third phase and is still a ways down the road. For now, the task at hand is completing the new pumping station, and it's a task that seems even more imperative when words like aging infrastructure get tossed around.
When we say aging infrastructure, that's one piece of it that you see above ground, but below ground you can see there's pipes that go into that pumping station that are from 1885 and that are in service right now.
Back in 1938, when this structure was built, the volume of wastewater that passed underneath it wasn't nearly what it is in these modern times of roughly 38 million gallons per day. And since replacing all of the pipes that have crossed the century marker among the 400 plus miles worth of them isn't on the docket just yet, it underscores the importance of not only the 8 to 10 year cycle of keeping them cleaned out, but also for the public to be aware of what they should and should not put down their drains.
We also find sometimes balls of fat and grease that are coming from people's kitchen drains, and we definitely encourage people not to pour grease down the drain for that reason, because a lot of things can stick to it, including wipes or paper towels or things that you generally shouldn't flush down the toilet. So that's why we're going through and cleaning out all that muck.